Today I'll teach you the Python conditional statements. So whenever you want to decide any aspect to be executed based on some condition, we generally go for the conditional statements. So here the conditional statements in Python are used to execute certain blocks of code based on specific conditions. If suppose I'm having some two variables and I want to check whether one is greater than the another one. So that is one condition. Suppose if I want to check greatest of three numbers, then I can go. So it depends what condition you want to put, and based on the condition result, like true or false, then a certain block of statement get executed. So these statements help control the flow of a program, making it behave differently in different situations. So if true, there is one set of instructions to be executed. If false, the other set of instructions to be executed. That is called a flow of control in the program. So if you go for types of conditional statements, we have if statement, then if else, then if-elif-else, like multiple conditional conditions, then nested if, that means one if inside the another if statement, then nested if statement with else condition. So if in one if, we can write one if else also. Then we can have the match case statement, that is called as a switch case statement, comparing with other programming languages. Now we'll see one by one. Now the first one is the if conditional statement. Now an if statement executes a block of code only when the specified condition is met. Now how to work with this? See, whenever the condition is true in this, then only the instructions get executed what you're writing in the if block. Otherwise, you don't get any result. So that is a thing in if statement. So if you can see the syntax, if is a keyword, then followed by the condition like a greater than b, a equal to b, b greater than a, b less than a. So those relational operators you need to put into this. Now followed by colon, you need to put a colon. When you put a colon, here you can see the next line is giving some gap. That means this gap is called as indentation. Okay, because we don't write any flower braces here for starting the block and ending the block in comparison with other programming languages. Because in other programming languages, just like Java, C, C++, we generally put the flower braces open and close. But here we don't write. But this indentation says that the state, that means the instructions have been started and the instructions have been closed. So here we don't have any specific notation. So this gap is called as indentation here. Okay. So here we have only a statement. If this condition is true, this get executed. Otherwise, we don't have any else part here. That's the first. Before if else, they have been started with if condition. So here the condition is a Boolean expression that evaluates either true or false. If suppose I write if a greater than b, if a, like suppose 100 and b is some 10, so 100 greater than 10, then you get true or false. If true, this line get executed. If false, this line will not get executed. So if the condition is evaluated to true, the body of the if statement is executed. Now this is called as the body. If this condition is true, this body is getting executed. Suppose if the condition is false, the body of the if statement will be skipped from execution. Okay. So this will not get executed. But whatever the further lines are there, after this particular block, that get executed. So for example, we'll see. I'm taking variable a is 45, b is 120. I'm putting a condition. Now if is a keyword, if b is greater than a. Now you can see there is a colon also here. b is 120, a is 45, 120 greater than 45, then the condition is true. This condition is true, then this will get executed. So here after colon, automatically this is an indentation, but it has been starting. Suppose if I make like this and I just press enter, you can see it automatically gets started here. Now that means the block is getting started here. Then after that, I don't have any line here. If you want, you can add some lines. That means if the condition is true, this is getting executed. If the condition is false, then what? So that is a problem in if statement. We don't have any else part here. So you can see this statement is outside because your all instructions to be started here, right? But here I'm writing from the beginning. That means this is not in the if statement block. This is the normal statement outside the if statement block. Okay. So if you get just execute this, now you're getting B is greater than A because 120 is greater than A. So this line get executed. Now this is not in your if block. This casually I've written outside the block. So A is greater than. So if you're getting like this answer, then it's wrong. Okay, so that is a problem in the if statement because we are not able to put the else statement. Okay, so suppose if at all I want to put one more instruction here, like print here only I can write some hello. Now these two lines need to be get executed when B is greater than A. Just click this. You can see. Okay, but here when you write the lines like this, which is outer, the say this is starting of the block. This is the last line. Okay, now here we are just coming back. When you come back means here we are starting, right? That means that the this particular block get terminated. Okay, this is a normal statement what you're writing. Then just click this. You're getting this output as with this one, but I don't want this one, right? So in order to overcome this problem, we do have a next one called if-else. Okay, now what is indentation? We'll see. Python relies on indentation. Now indentation is called as white space. See, white space is nothing but your normal space. When you give a, when I click a, let's say I just show here, when I just click like this, right? Now that is called a white space. So if I go on writing that, so many white space you are creating. Okay, one space is one white space. So white space at the beginning of the line. Now if you see here, this white space at the beginning of the line is called as indentation. Now this has also been called as indentation. Here we don't put anything, there is no indentation. Okay, so whenever you put a colon, that means the block is getting started. Okay, we can write for loop, we can write for while loop, then if statement, then if else statements, then we can go for object oriented concepts also we do have. Okay, so whenever you put a colon, it automatically go for indentation. That means the block is getting started. So at the beginning of the line to define the scope in the code. Okay. Now other programming language often use what? Curly brackets for this purpose. So generally we write here like this. Now these are curly braces. Okay, these are curly braces. Okay, but we don't put here, right? I'll just remove this. Okay. Now, but in Java, C, C++, we do have the curly braces to define the block. Now, for example, I'm taking one variable called age and I'm writing the value as 20. Now I'm trying to check if age is greater than 18. So age value is 20, right? 20 greater than equal to 18, true. There also you can see the colon. When you put a colon, you get an indentation automatically started. So I'm writing eligible to vote. Okay. If suppose I give here 16 and execute this, you're not getting any output. Okay, no output because the condition has got failed, right? And after that there are no statements, so condition got failed. So if I make it as 26, then you got eligible to vote. Okay, so now if I remove this space, what happens we'll see. Because when you put a colon, I'm saying that the block is getting started, right? If suppose I start from here only, then you see you got an error. What is that error? Indentation error. That means expected an indented block after if statement on line number 4. So here 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay. So this one 2, 3, 4. This is the fourth line. Now just give a space here like this and just execute. So you can see you got the output. So indentation is a must. Whenever you go for the conditional statements, you go for the loops, you go for the classes. Okay. So whenever you put a colon, the space is automatically appended and you need to go for it. And let's suppose here I'm writing print of hello I'm writing. Okay. Now these two lines are part of your if statement just to get executed. Now if suppose I'll write like this here and execute. Okay, so this is not in your if statement, but this is in your if statement. Okay, if suppose I will change to 16 once again, we'll see what is output now. Because in the if statement only this one is there. Okay, this is out of the if statement. So if the condition is true, only this should be executed, not this one. Okay, just execute. Now can you see? If this condition is false, right? So this is not getting executed, but this is not in your if statement because I've written outside here, right from the this one. If I would have given like this, then no output. Can you see? There is no output for this one. Okay. So whenever you are giving indentation, that is implying that it is been for this particular block. Now we have a shortened notation for writing the if statement. So how to write? So instead of writing so many lines, no, I'll write in only one line. If you have only one statement to execute, here you can keep this one in mind. If you have only one statement to execute, then you can put it on the same line as the if statement. See, for example, I'm taking A is 45, B is 120. So I'm writing the condition now. If A greater than B, so 45 is greater than B, then you need to print this. Okay, but earlier what I've done, I've written in different line. If A is greater than B, again next line we are starting something. I don't want to start like this. Okay, when it is only one line, I can write here only beside only. Just execute. Now here there is no output. If I make this one as 450, 450 greater than 120, then you need to print this. Now can you see? So there is no need of writing in two lines. You can write in one line only. So beside the condition only, you can write directly, provided only one line is there in the if statement. Okay, you get that. Now that is for the if statement. Now, so we were seeing some problem like this. Okay, is greater and both are coming, so I don't want such things to happen. I go for if else condition statement. If else, that means if the condition is true, then first statement get executed. If the condition is false, the other statements get executed. So it allows us to specify a block of code that will execute if the conditions associated with an if statement evaluates to true. Otherwise, else block get executed. Now, if you can see the syntax here, if one condition you are keeping, if this condition is true, then this body will be executed. Okay, this body will be executed. Else, this one get executed. Suppose this condition is false, we directly go to the else part and this get executed. Now here you need to observe one thing, right? If the condition, then you put a colon, then the indentation is starting. Can you see else and if both are in same line now? Okay, and you are putting colon for else also, this one. And again, when you could put a colon here, again the indentation is started. Now these two lines need to be in same. These two lines need to be in same, because here if condition, then you can write multiple number of lines, no problem in the body. So you can start from here only. But if the condition is false, I want to go to the else part, right? Now else part also, the lines need to be in the same proper order. For example, you can see this one. Taken A is 1200, B is 230. If B, that is 230, greater than 1200, then obviously false. This line will not get executed. This line. Else, you need to write B is not greater than A. So just execute this. Now can you see, in the earlier thing, we were not having this else part, but now we are putting this else part. Now if and else should be in same line alignment. This print and this print should be in same alignment. Now this condition is true, then this only get executed. This complete thing will skipped. Okay. If the condition is false, this will get skipped and this will get executed. Okay. Now let's suppose just execute this and you're getting B is not greater than A. Suppose if I just make it to 120 and execute, B is greater than A. So this condition is true. You get this output. If I make again 1200, 230 greater than 1200 is false. Can you see B is not greater than A? So either this should be executed or either this should be. Okay. Now we might have one more question like, can we have multiple lines? Yes, can have multiple lines, but same properly aligned alignment you need to keep. Some XYZ I'm printing here, and here also if you want you can add. The P only you need to write. Okay. Here I'm writing hi. Okay. Now if the condition is true, these two lines should get executed. If the condition is false, else part, two lines should get executed. Just click this. Now can you see? 230 greater than 200 false. Then these two lines get executed. If I change to 120, just click this. See these two lines got executed here. Okay. Now in this I cannot write. Suppose I want to start from here. Print of hi or hello. I want to write like this. Now can you see there's an invalid syntax, because these all lines under if you're writing should be starting from the same alignment, the same indentation. If you write like this, then it leads to error because we have else part, right? So I can just make this one like this, then execute. Can you see 3 we got now? Okay. Now if suppose here I just go for print, I'll write end of the program, end of the program. Now this is outside the complete if and else. Okay, then we need to get this one. Even though the condition is true or even though the condition is false, this is the normal statement what I need to get. Now can you see? We have end of the program because we have written outside the if else, right? Okay. Okay, right. Then now can I have a shorthand if else statement? See, if you have only one statement again to execute, one for if and one for else, then you can put it all on the same line. Okay. Now if you take this example, A is 12, variable B is 30. Now I want to print this A if A is greater than B. Just try to understand. I want to print, that means whatever you want to display should be written first. Okay. I want to print whatever in double quotes will be printed as it is. Okay. I want to print capital A if A is greater than B. Suppose you can see 12 greater than 30 false. Okay. That means if the true, then you print this. If it is false, it goes to else part and print B value. So as of this example, 12 greater than 30 false, then you get the answer as B. So everything can be written in only one line for if else also. Suppose if I change to 120 here, so 120 greater than 30 true, then I need to get the answer A. Are you getting the A? Okay. So if you want to write if else in one line and that too you want to print only one statement, then you can go for this scenario. Okay. So first you write if the condition is true what you want to print. You start by that. Then you put the actual condition. Okay. If suppose the condition is failed, then you need to put the else part, and after else part what you want to print. So this is, that means if the condition is true, you print this. If the condition is false, you print this. That's the meaning. Okay, right. Now we can also have multiple else statements on the same line. Okay, more than one else can we write like that. See, I'm taken A is 54, B is also 54. Now I'm writing print A if A greater than B. 54 greater than 54, the condition is false, then this will be skipped. Else, again, print the assignment operator equal to if A is equal to B. Yes, 54 equal to 54, the condition is true, you get this answer. If suppose this has also been failed, then you need to print the B as an answer. Okay. So just print. Now you got this one because 54, 54, here the condition is true. This is going to be printed. Okay. Now if I go for 540, 540 greater than 54, the condition is true. You need to get the answer as A. Just click this. Have you got the A? Else. Okay. Yes, you got right. Now If I just remove this and here B I make as 540. A 54, B is 540. 54 greater than 540 false. 54 equal to 540 false. Finally, you need to print the B value. Just execute. So you got B value. So like this, more than one else statement can also be written in single line, provided every block is holding only one print statement. Only one print statement. Only one print statement. Okay. Now, can we use logical operators in this if and else part? Logical operators we have three, and AND, or, and not NOT. So we are not writing any symbols here. We need to write the complete word for AND operator AND. Can you see here? The AND keyword is a logical operator and is used to combine conditional statements. For example, I put A is 100, B is 2300, C is 340. So three variables with three different values. Now I want to check multiple conditions like if A is greater than B. What is A? 100. B 2300. 100 greater than 2300. False. Okay. And here one more condition you're checking. C greater than A. C is 340. A is 100. So 340 greater than 100, the condition is true. But since AND operator we are keeping, this condition and this condition both need to be true, then only this will be executed. If anyone is true or both are false or anyone is false, it goes to the else part and print this one. Okay, but as of now this condition is true, this condition is false, then this line will not get executed because any one is satisfying, right? This will be getting executed out. See, both conditions are not met. If suppose we'll try to change the values and check. If I'm keeping this as 1000, this is 230, okay, and this is 3400. So A is greater than B, so 1000 is greater than 230, true. C is greater than A, 3400 is greater than 1000, true. Both conditions are true, then this get executed and this one will be skipped now. Okay, just click. Now can you see both conditions are met? Okay, if you want to go for more than one condition checking, then we need to apply the logical operators, and when you apply AND operator, both conditions need to be true. So like that we can put multiple conditions, and here also you can see colon, else, colon, and here there is an indentation, here also there is an indentation. Now this if and else are in both in same alignment, and this P and this P are also both in same alignment. Now coming to the next one, OR operator. The OR keyword is a logical operator and is used to combine conditional statements. So here also we can go for more than one condition checking. And here I'm taking A is 100, B is 23, and C is 340. If A greater than B, A is 100, B is 23, true. Or C greater than A, C is 340, A is 100. So both are true. Then the conditions are met. Okay. You can write else also here. But you start from here. Print both conditions are not met. So here, whenever you go for or no, if either one is true, your answer is true only, you'll get this one. Because we put or condition. And means both conditions need to be true. Or means any one condition is true, you get this particular true block. Now here we'll see, if A is greater than B, this is true. And C is greater than A. So C, I'll make it as 34. 34 greater than 100, this one is false, this one is true. See, any one condition is true, then this line get executed, then click, you got the same. Now if I make both conditions as false, we'll see, I'll make this as 1 greater than 23, false. 34 greater than 1. Okay, I'll just make it to this one is 10. 10 greater than 23 false. C is how much? 34, right? 34, or I'll make 3. 3 greater than 10 false. 10 greater than 23 false. So both are false. Both are false, then it goes to the else part. Can you see? Both conditions are not met. So if either condition is true, this will get executed. If both conditions are false, this will get executed. Okay. If both conditions are true, still this one works. Now, one more operator for the logical one. Logical operator we have not. Not keyword is a logical operator and is used to reverse the result of the conditional statement. Now here you can see one example. A is 21, B is 150. If A is what? 21, right? 21 greater than 150. So 21 greater than 150, the condition is false. Okay, but here what we are trying to check, if 21 is not greater than 150, then this line should be executed. See, you can see, if 21 is not, we are keeping, right? If 21 is not greater than 150, then this line should be executed. So the same thing we are doing. Otherwise you can write else if you want. Again, else you can write print A is greater than B. Okay, I suppose I'll give 211. 211 greater than B. But what I'm trying to check, if 211 is not greater than B, then it need to be executed. Otherwise, this one should be just check. Say you got A is greater than B. Okay. That means generally we don't write this one, but in some cases I need to check. Then we go for the not that reverse operation we're doing. That how to read is, if A is not greater than B. In that way you need to read. Then this will, if this condition is true, no, this get executed. Otherwise, this get executed. Okay. If I remove this, again, 21 is not greater than 150. That we are trying to check is not greater than 150. Then this get executed. Can you see? Okay. Now that's for if else. Now, if you want to go for multiple condition checking, like if I write if the first condition is not correct, I want to check one more condition next. That's also not correct. One more condition. That's also not correct, like that. So how do you write? So we have if, elif, and else statement. Now elif statement in Python stands for what? Else if. Okay. In another programming language like Java, we generally use else if. We don't write elif, but here we write elif. Now it allows us to check multiple conditions, providing a way to execute different blocks of code based on which condition is true. Now using elif statements makes our code more readable and efficient by eliminating the need for multiple nested if statements. So the complexity get reduced when you go for multiple nested if statements. Okay. Now here by syntax you can understand. This is syntax. If first condition is true, the code block 1 get executed. If the condition is false, one more condition I'm trying to check by using elif. Elif condition 2. This is true, this get executed. If suppose this is also been false, then one more condition, elif condition 3. If this is true, this get executed. If this is not true, this is also been not true, this is also been not true, finally in the else whatever is there get executed. Okay, so what you're covering, if, then multiple elifs, final else. So that's the reason we say that if, elif, and else statement. Now we see the example. Now I've taken I is what? I is 20. Okay. Now I want to check if that I value is equal to 10. Okay. If this I value is equal to 10. But here it is 20, right? 20 equal to 10. Condition 20 equal to 10. The condition is false. So this particular thing is getting skipped. Next, 20 is equal to 15. Still false, this line gets skipped. Now when you go for the next condition, we need to write elif, but still after the condition you need to put a colon. So all prints are in one line. You can just check. If this has also been false, one more elif, 20 equal to 20, the condition is true. Now this get executed. Okay. Else is also been failed, then this will be executed. I is not present. Okay. So I is 20, 20 equal to 10 false. Elif 20 equal to 15 false. Elif 20 equal to 20 true. This condition get executed. Okay. So just run. So you got I is 20, this one. If suppose I change to 25, I is 25, 25. If 25 equal to 10 false, this line gets skipped. Elif 25 equal to 15 false, this line gets skipped. Elif 25 equal to 20 false, this line gets skipped. Then finally, this else will print I is not present. Can you see? I is not present. So like this, multiple conditions, like first condition is false, then go for second condition, that is also in false, third condition, like that, multiple elif statements you can write. Finally, if none of the conditions are matching, whatever you put into else will print as it is. Okay. Now here you can see this if, elif, elif, else are all are in same line. Now you can see print, this print, print, print and print all in the same line. Now here for every if condition we have colon, elif condition also colon, here one more colon, here also colon. So whenever you put a colon, the indentation starts. This one indentation, this, this and this. So all need to be in the same line. Okay, just execute that and you can see present. So that is for if, elif and else statement. Okay. Now coming to the next one, we go for nested if statement. Nested if means one if condition in another if condition. Now nested if means an if statement inside another if statement. We can use nested if statements to check conditions within conditions. Okay, for example, when you go for syntax, if the Boolean expression 1 is true, okay, that means the first condition is true, these statements get executed. Inside the same if condition, one more if condition you can keep, and Boolean expression 2. That means if this condition is true, these statements, if any statements are there, that they get executed, and still some more conditions you want to put inside this, or you want to check, then you can write internally some conditions also. So this is inner if condition, this is outer if condition. So one if condition is inside another if condition. That is called nested if. Okay. Now these statements are limited to only this condition. Okay. These statements are limited to only this condition. Okay. If this condition is true only, you enter inside. If the condition is false, nothing happens. For example, I have taken num variable is 36 and I want to print number equal to 36 as it is. So in double quotes, whatever you keep till here will print as it is. Can you see the output? Print as it is. Now comma num. Now this is your actual variable where your value is stored. So you get 36. So you got this output. Okay. Now if you can see here, if 36, num stands for 36, mod 2. Whenever you go for mod, you need to check the remainder as an answer. Okay. So 36 mod 2 obviously gets 0. 18 into 2, 36, right? So you get 0 as an answer. So 0 equal to 0, the condition is true. So you can see here a colon they have kept. Then there is an indentation starts. Whenever you put a colon, the indentation is starting. If same 36 mod 3 equal to 0. Okay. So here this 36 mod 3, you get 0 remainder because 12 into 3, 36, you get 0. So 0 equal to 0, the condition is true. I put a colon and again the indentation starts. See, whenever you put a colon, the indentation is starting for this. When you put a colon here, the indentation is starting for this one. Okay, so you can see this one. And inside, if one more indentation has been started. Okay, if this condition was false, then you don't enter into this one. Okay, just execute. So you get divisible by 3 and 2 and execution ends. Suppose if I make to 37. 37 mod 2 means 1 is the remainder, right? 1 equal to 0 false. When 1 is equal to 0, the false condition, these two lines will not execute. This is not in your if condition, right? This will get executed because you can see this we are starting from the beginning. Okay, just print, execute this. Can you see? Execution ends directly. Okay, because the condition was failed here, we are not getting inside this and we don't get divisible by 3 and 2. Okay, so what we are trying to do, this is an inner if, this is an outer if. If you are making this if statement inside another if statement, then that concept is called a nested if statements. If this condition is true, then get inside. And if this condition is true, then you print this one. Otherwise, no operation can be done. Okay, so this concept is nested if statement. Okay, sometimes we see, if the outer condition is true, again internally also you want to check some criteria, then we can use these scenarios. Okay, now can we use if else both in an if statement? Can you see the next one? Nested if statement with else condition also. Here are we using else condition? No, only if within another if. So we are calling nested if. But here our question is, can we use else condition also in nested if statements? Yes, we can nest if else statement within an if statement. If the if condition is true, the first if else statement will be executed. Otherwise, statements inside the else block will get executed. Okay, now check the syntax. If the first condition, this is expression one, means first condition is true, then you enter in, and what are statements are there, you execute. And you want to check again one more condition. If this expression is 2 is true, you execute this one. If this expression 2 is false, you go to the else part and execute this one. Okay, so here also we need to keep a colon, right? So once again I'm repeating, if this expression 1, that is the condition 1 is true, then you enter into this block, this one. This get executed, what all statements are there, and inside that you have one more if condition. This condition will be checked, that is condition 2. If this is true, this get executed and these lines get skipped. If suppose this condition is false, this line gets skipped and the else part get executed. Okay, if suppose the outer condition itself false, then this complete lines will not execute. Directly go to the else part. In the else part also can see, again I'm trying to keep a condition. If expression 3, that is condition 3 is true, execute this one. Else you can go for the other statements. Okay, so like that, in one if statement I'm writing if else. Okay, that is the concept, like nested if statement with else condition. Yes, we are putting the else condition also. But here we are not putting any else condition. If this particular condition is false, we don't do any operation. If it is true only, we'll do. If it is false, what? Okay, so that is a problem. So we are overcoming that one. Like if this condition is false, internally we can go for the else part also. Okay. If the outer condition is false, directly we go to the else part and start executing these lines. Okay. Now we'll see the example. I'm taking number equal to 8, num equal to 8, and I'm printing that number 8. So you got the output like this. Now, if 8 mod 2, so 2 4 is 8, so 0 is the remainder, the condition is true. See, the indentation is started because we put a colon here. Now, second condition, if 8 mod 3 equal to 0, it's false, because when you divide 8 mod 3, you get 2 as a remainder. Okay, 3 into 2, 6, right? The remainder is 2. 2 equal to 0, false. So this line will not execute. Okay, go to the else part and it will print like divisible by 2 but not by 3. So this is your answer. Okay, now if suppose, can you see divisible by 2, not divisible by 3? If suppose I change this number, Okay, I'll change this to 9. Okay, 9, and you get the output as 9 here. If 9 mod 2 means what? 2 4 is 8, 1 is remainder, right? 1 equal to 0, the condition is false. Now the outer condition itself is false, so these lines will not execute. And it goes to what? Else part. In the else part also we are going for if 9 mod 3, 9 divided by 3, 3 3 is a 9, you get 0, 0 equal to 0, the condition is true. So you get the answer here, divisible by 3, not divisible by 2. So just execute and see where are you getting this output. Divisible by 3 and not divisible by 2. Divisible by 3, not divisible by 2. Okay. So like this, you can put the if-else condition inside the another if statement. Okay. So this is the concept of nested if statement with else condition. Okay. Now we have a match case statement in Python that is equivalent to your switch case statement in another programming languages like Java. If you take, then C, C++ if you take, we have a switch case statement. Now here they have this particular match case statement is equivalent to a switch case statement. So the match case statement allows us to execute different actions based on the value of an expression. Coming to syntax, here you need to write the expression here. Match is the keyword and followed by expression. This expression should match with this value, either of the value. So here we have the case keyword. So every case can be correlated with the condition. Okay, if this expression is matching with this value, then this code get executed. If this is not matching, another case we need to map. If this is matching with the expression, then code block 2. Okay, if none of the things are matching, then you go for default execution. So this is nothing but if this case 1, case 2 is not matching, the finally this has been equivalent to your default. Okay, then it will get executed, this one. So like this, n number of cases you can write. Okay, now there is a note. In a match statement, only one of the options will be executed. Like here, if this expression is matching with this first case, now the rest of the cases will be skipped. If suppose this is not matching, it is matching with this one, then this will be getting skipped and this will be getting skipped. So only one thing we are going to match. So we are not going to write any break statement here. So automatically it just terminates. See, once a match is found, the corresponding block of code runs and the rest are skipped. So only one thing will be getting executed. Now one more note, the match case statement was introduced in Python 3.10 version and does not work on older versions. So don't try on older versions. It is similar to what? Switch case statement in other program languages like such C++ and Java. Okay, match case is equivalent to switch case. Now how to write this program, we'll see. I've taken one variable called number and I've initialized with 5 and I'm putting that particular variable here as an expression. So this number is holding about 5. Now this 5 should match with the case. So I've put case that is value 1. So number is holding 5, no? 5 is not matching with 1. So this gets skipped. 5 is matching with 2, then it is gets skipped. 5 is matching with 3, no, this gets skipped. 5 is matching with 4, no, this is getting skipped. Now we have the option called other. Now other is equivalent to your, that is the default, where if none of the cases are matching, then it goes to the other and it goes to printing the output. So just can see it is unknown. Okay, we can write other. That means none of things are matching. If suppose let's say I put here one more case constant, same alignment you can go case 5 and here I'll write print 5. Okay, now here since 5 is matching with this number, my expectation answer is 5. Just run it because here right now it is unknown, right? Just run it and can you see here it is 5. Whenever it is matching, no, the other things are skipped now. Okay, whenever it is not matching only, then the others will work. Now one more example. One more example. Number I've taken as 3 and I'm putting that expression here. That means I'm trying to match with 3, but here 3 is not matching with 1, so this not get executed. Now here you can write this OR symbol, pipeline symbol, OR symbol, case 2 or 3, but here 3, no, here it is matching, because here we are giving OR condition, either one is matching, fine. So this expression which is holding 3 is matching here, then you get the answer 2 or 3 as an answer. If none of the things are matching, like this one is not matching, this one is not matching, then this underscore is saying that the default case again. So you need to go for printing this other number. So as of now 3 is matching here, you get this answer, just execute. So you get 2 or 3. Suppose if I give 31, just execute, you're getting other number as an answer. So either you can write other or either you can write underscore for default case. Okay. If I give 1 here, just execute. So you got 1 because it's matching here itself. If I give 2, still it is matching, no? You got 2 or 3 as an answer. Okay. So like that we can work out. So underscore you can put as a default case. That means if none of the cases are matching, no, you need it will get to the last one. Similarly here also, if none of the cases are matching, you can write other also, no problem. Now that is for the switch case statement. Now we have a statement called pass in Python. Now if statements cannot be empty, there should be some logic inside your if statement. So if statements cannot be empty. If you don't write the logic, you get an error. But if you for some reason have an if statement with no content, put in the pass statement to avoid getting an error. Now what does it mean? See here, a equal to 13, b equal to 20 I'm taking. If b greater than a, I don't want to do anything. That is my task. That means I don't want anything to be written. Okay, let's say I'll just remove this. I'm keeping empty. There is no logic. I don't want to write anything. Okay, and else, if this is not matching, I'm going to else and I'm going to print this one. So now 13 is A, 20 is B. So 20 greater than 13, true. The condition is true, but I'm not writing anything. I'm leaving it empty. If you leave empty, what is the problem? Just execute and see. Can you see there's an error? Expected an intended block after if statement on line number 5. Now here, okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. This line, they're saying that expected an intended block after if statement on line number 5. So here you need to write some statement, okay, so that the condition is true, this should be executed, but you don't want to write or you don't have any content to be put. Then what happens? You get an error. Now, how to remove this particular error? Okay, so what you can do here is simply you write a keyword called pass. When you write pass, since you don't have any content, you don't get any error here. Okay, just run and see. See, the error is removed. Okay, so that is the work of the pass statement. That means if you don't have any content to be printed or to be put into the condition after the, that means into the if statement, then we can apply the pass statement so that the error is avoided. Okay, if I make this a is 130 and 20, so this condition is failed, then just run and see. So you got else part, a is greater. Okay, if you still you remove this and execute, see there is a problem again. That means there is compulsory after, that means if statements cannot be empty, right? So just write down pass and you get this one. Okay, so this is use of the pass statement. Now these are few conditional statements available in Python, and these conditional statements are most important for your real-time applications because we need to do some validation and all these things, so you need to know all these statements in Python. So I hope I have given some input on the Python conditional statements. If you like this video, do subscribe, comment, and share it to your friends. Thank you.